This video is sponsored by BigMarleyMMA.com. Kyle Marley is up over 250 units in the last 2+ years on his premium bets. Go to BigMarleyMMA.com and use the coupon code PROSPICKS at checkout. That will get you 10% off his weekly packages.
I'll go Jan. That dude, he's got all the technique in the world, plus the power, plus the condition. I don't really see any holes in his game. We know Jose, he looked pretty good against Moraes. I wasn't sure if he'd have the conditioning at bantamweight to be able to go out. So this will be a 5-rounder. I'm gonna go with Jan because it's going to get into those championship rounds, and I'm not sure if Jose's going to be able to hold him off for the entire 5 rounds.
This is going to be an exciting fight. You know, I think it's interesting because the styles as well. So Peter Yan, you know, he likes to be in your face. He's in your face. And he's right there, you know, he's inside that comfortable range. So, you know, I think it's going to be very wild early, but, you know, the fact that Peter Yan can go all day, you know what I mean? I think, you know, it's going to be a very competitive early, I believe. And then, you know, if it goes longer and longer, you know, I can see Peter really go because he's just got gas tank for days. And he's just in your face. He's tough. He's durable. He's got it all. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to that fight. It's going to be an unreal fight. But obviously, some people want to, you know, Aldo's had some losses and they want to sort of say he's done, but he ain't done. He's still got that fast twitch muscle. He's still dangerous. He's still powerful. So I'm still looking forward to that fight. But I'm a training partner of Peter Yan too, so I've done some training with him. Peter Yan's no joke, so I'm looking forward to that fight.
Honestly, I don't know. Aldo had a good fight with Marlon. I think he watches a little bit too much, and I saw that these guys trained together in the past. So that's a fascinating matchup. I really don't know because I'm not sure how good Petr Yan really is. I know he had that close fight with Rivera, dropped him twice at the end of the first and second round, but he was losing all those striking exchanges, and then the third round, he lost the third round to Rivera after dropping him twice in rounds 1 and 2. So that says a lot. This is a 5-round fight. Aldo's been there before. I think this is a pick'em fight, so that's how I got it.
Aldo is a danger fighter. He's very explosive, you know. He has a chance to become a bantamweight world champion for sure, you know, without a doubt. But if we see, you know, his opponent, upcoming, younger, didn't take a lot of damage, doesn't suffer as much to make 35. I think Aldo, he needs to be a little bit more strategic, or I think he needs to, like, you know, starting his nutrition diet like way long. You know, I think Peter Yan, I saw him in a fight week many times. He seems like normal, like, you know, we're starting to suffer like a day before the weigh-ins, not even. So that I believe that makes difference, especially in punch absorption. You know, not even performance, but to absorb punch. You know, I think that if you go to too much, like dehydration, if you suffer too much, I think that, you know, especially when you get punches in your chin, you need like a little bit more like, you know, strength, be able to observe the punches and things like that. I think that could definitely affect his performance on that. Age, we see a lot of different. We see like probably almost 10 years, you know, in advance. It's definitely Peter Yan is on his prime, going up. Aldo, yeah, I'm not saying he's going down. He's a great fighter, but he's definitely. I don't think he's at his prime right now, and so I would be like Peter Yan.
Well, I think Aldo wins the fight. I think he's definitely going to win. And he's got like a good style for a 5-round fight, and he's big. He's physically big. Peter Yan's not very big, not nearly as big as Jose Aldo. Peter Yan is that one confuses me. I think it should have been Aljamain Sterling. You know what I mean? He kind of fought like tough guys in the top 10, you know, and then Peter Yan fought Faber his last fight. I mean, he did beat Jimmy Rivera, but granted, he knocked him down a couple of times, but that was a really actually close fight. You know, like Sterling beat the hell out of Jimmy Rivera, then, you know, beat the hell out of Pedro Munhoz. That was more impressive to me, and I feel like that deserved the title shot. And now he's going to fight Sandhagen. I don't know. You know, I mean, Peter Yan, obviously he's a killer. He's never lost in the UFC. But the level of competition has also not been the same as some other guys that maybe are more deserving. But pumped to see the fight. I think Jose Aldo wins, but I think Petr Yan is an absolute stud, and it's going to be a tough fight.
You know, you'll always have love for Jose Aldo. He was one of the most he's dominant fighters, especially back then. But he's just not the same guy anymore. And I see Petr Yan, man. That guy's like a honey badger. I got to train with him in Thailand, and there's no stopping that guy. He's not going to stop till he gets that title. So I have my money on Petr Yan as the next champ.
I think Yan takes it. I think Yan's style. I think he wins. I actually think he might KO Aldo.
I can't bet against Jose Aldo. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a older school kind of guy. I gotta go with Jose Aldo.
Man, I like Yan in that fight. Yeah, he looked real good his last fight. Like real technical, picking apart with strikes, and not that Aldo's bad, but he in the beginning of career we saw him throwing kicks like a madman, and then as it's gone on, we saw him kind of, I won't say abandoning kicks, but very boxing heavy. And now he's going against a guy who does both very well and mixes it up. And Aldo might be a little bit longer, but he always stays kind of compact, whereas Yan's more the Thai style. He's a little bit longer, and I think he's going to be able to see Aldo throwing his shots and catch him coming in, not like Conor, but kind of how he saw him load and touched him.
God, I'm such a Petr Yan fan. I'm going to say Petr Yan. I'm so high on him right now. I think that he's fantastic, lives the life. But Aldo can win, but I'm going to say Yan.
Yeah, I'm going with Aldo. You know, I feel like he looked great in his fight against Marlon Moraes, and I feel like if the same Aldo shows up, and I think he's going to be just as motivated, if not more motivated, to get, you know, win a title back, or win the bantamweight title in a new weight class. I think we're going to see a better Jose Aldo, and I'm going with him to win the fight.
Yeah, that's another interesting one. Petr Yan is definitely one of the best guys at bantamweight right now, and Jose Aldo looked really good in his last fight at bantamweight. But I think the experience is going to come down to being what makes a difference in this fight. So I think Jose Aldo can pull that one off.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. But I'll lean towards Petr Yan. I think that I was talking to Tyson a little bit about where Petr doesn't have a lot of big names, but I think he's fallen victim to people not wanting to fight him. And but Aldo at 135 seemed scary, you know, like just scary because he still had all that cardio, which I was surprised. It'll just be interesting to see because I think that Petr will definitely test his chin over and over. So I'm gonna lean towards Petr with a finish.
I'm going to go with Aldo. I think if you go back and look at the Jimmy Rivera fight when Petr fought him, other than like 2 or 3 punches, I mean, I was in the locker room watching the fight because I think Rob's not that in, or no comment did. But other than 2 or 3 punches, I mean, Jimmy really controlled most of the fight. So I'm going to go with Aldo. I think, you know, if you look at what biggest win for Petr is probably Faber, and then you say Jimmy Rivera. So I think the level of competition isn't quite there, but that could be because of what Tony said. It's just people don't want to fight him. But yeah, I'm going to go with Aldo. I think he can get it done. That'd be a pretty cool story too.
I'm going to go with Yan in that fight. Aldo at 135. I like him at 135, but lost his last fight. I don't know how he's going to handle the later rounds at 135 with that weight cut. So I'm going to go with Yan by either decision or a late finish.
I don't know, man. Jose Aldo has been up and down. The last fight looked good, so I still think he won the last fight. We think still he won that last fight. So for me, I don't know. Obviously, I'm gonna go with like the youth, like younger and more, just I don't know, better age, I guess. But and then I don't know. I say Petr Yan, but I'd like to see Jose Aldo do some work though.
Thanks for watching this video, sponsored by BigMarleyMMA.com. Kyle Marley is up over 250 units in the last 2+ years on his premium bets. Go to BigMarleyMMA.com and use the coupon code PROSPICKS at checkout. That will get you 10% off his weekly packages.